Welcome back to This Week in the USHL. We're very pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Indiana Ice, Charlie Skjodt. Indiana currently the hottest team in the USHL, continuing their winning ways last week with 3 wins, 2 on the road where they have been very tough, 5 straight away from home, the longest road winning streak in the league this season. And over the past 11, the body of work shows a 10-1 record. Coach, welcome. We're certainly catching you at a time that I'm suspecting you've been doing a lot of smiling.
Yeah, it's better this month than 6 weeks ago, Bernie. We lost 6 or 7 in a row, so glad to be with you.
Well, your team has really found the offensive thrust currently. You've got guys on your top unit, Coleman, Ferland, and Tarasov, who have been leading the charge offensively. An incredible 27 points during your last 3 victories.
Yes, I put that line together Christmas when we lost Schneider to the World Junior B class, I believe. He skates with Austria. Daniel's an import from Russia with a ton of skill. And the line was doing very well before Daniel got on there, but he's at sort of a different dimension. And the kids have gotten real innovative on the power play and started scoring some big goals during the power play that have helped our team. But overall, that line just they seem like they've been playing together for a couple of years, throw the puck around real well, get open real well, and we're certainly happy to have them scoring for us.
Well, for you, Coach, this is your second stint behind the bench in Indiana, and had a record-setting season going back 2007-2008. Eastern Division champions, 39 wins, and a team-best 22-4-4 mark at home, and really a homecoming for you to return back to the Indiana program, where your brother Paul is the president and owner of the club.
Yes. We had an excellent season. We had John Carlson, who's playing in Washington right now. We had some returning kids, and had a great year. We ended losing up to Chicago in that first round to a real hot goalie, who I believe now is in Michigan State. And I decided at the end of that year, I had I have a fairly large family, and I had a small business, and we were looking at bringing in a guy with some more college experience, in Jeff Blashill. So we brought him in here, and of course he did a great job, won a national championship for us, and has since taken off as head coach of Western Michigan. And I talked with Paul this summer. I've moved out of that small business I had and tried to get back into the hockey more than the coaching, but right now back behind the bench and enjoying every minute of it.
You've got an interesting group, as many in the USHL, in terms of college commitments. You've got a number of guys that are going to be going on to top programs. Just case in point, looking at that first line, you've got Ferland headed to Cornell. Coleman is ticketed to Miami, just to name a couple. You've actually got a pretty good feeder for Miami, with a couple of your other guys going to the Miami program.
Yes, I think we have 4 actually going to Miami. Not all of them next year, but 3 of them. You know, we love Miami. They're down the road. They got a great program, a beautiful rink, good coaching staff, and we do our best to build relationships with all these colleges and help the kids that don't have an education in front of them taken care of yet, to the best of our ability to try to help them get some scholarships. But we've done well with the ice. I'm not sure what our record is after 6 years, but we've sent a lot of kids through here direct to D1 schools, so we're pretty proud of that.
And on the blue line, guy that I've heard a lot about over the last couple of years, not only a returnee but a returning all-star, Nick Matson's going to go on to play brand-name college hockey for the Fighting Sioux in North Dakota.
Yes, Nick Matson has come into the program last year. He was traded here about a year ago. The kid probably has the best stick I've seen in a long time. I know he certainly skates well with the puck. He gets that puck. He controls the puck, possesses the puck well. And you can really see his veteran skills in the tight games. I believe he's a +10 or somewhere around there on top of scoring his points. So he's a great addition. You know, you're going to get him every night, game in, game out. Nick Matson's done real well for us.
And also looking at you mentioning from when you were back a couple of seasons ago, John Carlson, outstanding player, first-round pick, now a fixture with the Capitals. Have you managed to stay in touch with John now that he's in the NHL?
Yeah, we do once in a while. Paul more than myself, because Paul's out and about more. We went to the draft when he got drafted, and it was a funny thing. I think every general manager in the league called me or scout about John, except Washington Capitals, and they ended up drafting him. And some of my buddies from the scouting ranks have since sort of regretted not making that move for John. But he comes across in a different way than he really is, somewhat nonchalant. I think some of the scouts, and we all know how important first-round picks are, they really, really got to feel that they're sure and certain about a kid. And I just think for that reason he got looked over. It was a pretty good draft that year. I know he was selected to go real high to another team I won't mention, but they got a kid they never thought they would get, so he got thrown to the side, and Washington picked him up. And, you know, it's great to see him score last year in the overtime. He's got a big goal, and we went to play with Hershey, and they won it all. He's been winning a lot of stuff, and we're just all real happy for John. He did real good here. He's a real good kid and a buddy of everybody's within the ice.
I'd be remiss, Coach, if I didn't mention the fact that you have the youngest player in the league. I'm looking forward to him arriving at Boston University. And one of my other jobs, I've heard a lot about him. He's a 95 birth, Adam Ernie.
Yes. Adam Ernie is a 15-year-old playing in basically a tier maybe 3 levels higher than he played last year, coming out of L.A. in the Bantam Select program. He's about 6 foot tall. He's got big hands, skates real well, can rip the puck, and it's, you know, sometimes difficult to believe that he's the youngest player in the league. And he's played on some power plays and some of our better, you know, first and second lines. And I think by the time he gets to you, Bernie, you're going to be screaming real loud watching him skate down the ice.
I'm looking forward to that. And
yeah,
Coach, I think overall it appears that you're proving that the old adage about you can't go home again. You could really, Indianapolis has been a hockey home for you going all the way back to the 70s. You are the second all-time leading scorer in the history of the Indianapolis Checkers, going back to the WHA days, and you've really found a home and become synonymous with hockey there in Indianapolis.
Yeah, I got sent here 30-some-odd years ago, and ended up making it my home. I met a girl here. I have my children here. You know, I'm a Canadian at heart, but I've become an American over the. You know, I've been here longer than I've been in Canada. Became a citizen, and you know, Indianapolis isn't the greatest hockey town, Bernie. It's not like going watching the Boston Bruin game or Boston University, but it's still a good sports town, and we got a small crew of people that enjoy hockey. We don't get enough of it on TV. I wish somehow in this new hockey agreement, this TV agreement, we could get more hockey on the TVs across the United States, because I really truly believe that's the big problem. You know, the kids here in middle school and high school, they don't even see hockey on TV, so they're destined to be basketball, baseball, football players. And I think there's so many great athletes. I mean, you look what the United States has done with the kids that have played on the Minnesotas and the Michigans and the East Coast. You know, could you imagine the team you guys could put together here if we got a lot of the kids playing more hockey? But it's a great town, Indianapolis. We've got the Colts and the 500 and the Pacers, and I've enjoyed every minute. It's a big town, but in a smaller way. I really enjoy Indianapolis.
No, and I'm sure that they're very happy to have you back in town, and we wish you success here as we head into 2011. You'll have an opportunity. You got a couple of home games this week, and I believe you got Chicago and Muskegon visiting. So best of luck staying on a roll here into the new year, and we hope to be talking to you again down the road on This Week in the USHL, Coach.
Bernie, I really enjoyed talking to you. All the best to you.
Charlie Skjodt, the head coach of the Indiana Ice, in our Coach's Corner on This Week in the USHL.